What's that, piranha, with a bit nose holder protruding off the end of your face with your sharp teeth? You like the fact that I've only been using one creamer? Yeah, it's pretty. I'm being gentle. I had already inserted it down in the bottom of the mug. Ooh, that steam is fogging everything up. I'm gonna try something a little different today. You're going head first, buddy. I'm gonna hold you back here by the spork section and stir you accordingly. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, wearing an appropriate t-shirt for this episode. I have always enjoyed Star Wars, most specifically, and more technically, if you really want to get into it, the original trilogy. And I have quite a conglomeration, a collection of vintage goodness, and I would like to show it to you. Some are in boxes that I have not unpacked since my move from Hollywood last year, and I still need to put them away here in my Orange County, California home. And that's what I'm gonna do. But not before I show them, till you can see them with your own eyes. I'm inviting you to join. I have the coffee perched right here on my lap. Probably not the wisest thing. This thing is toastingly scalding. If it spilled, not good. Not good. Shake your head. Shake your head this way. Not good. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? One more, 2 sets of 14. One more. For what I'm used to, I have been hitting those pretty hard. I'm getting a little bit better, a little bit stronger, but my form is still way off. I think tomorrow I'm gonna take a little bit of break from those exercises until kind of the muscles heal up, and then following that, start back at just doing 10. Take the number down and work more on the form, trying to go all the way to the floor, keep the arms in a little bit, and go from that method. It's a good idea. Quite an array of characters here. You got 3PO there on the far left, keeping his noggin warm. He's got that cap on, that cozy cap. And there's Jabba the Hutt, stuffed edition, just chilling on top of this shelving unit. And he's holding a thermal. Well, normally you're drinking that, except there's no beverage in it. A little Galaxy's Edge item, as well as this spork. This is not the Tropical Hideaway coffee stirring spork. A couple years ago at Comic-Con, I picked up these pens. Got Chewy and Solo, and they're pretty decent size in comparison to normal pens. And I'm now realizing that might not be attending any of the Disney parks for May the 4th. I was really looking forward to stepping back into Star Wars land for the first time. Would have been the first time that Galaxy's Edge would have been opened. for that first historic occasion. But we'll have to wait till next year, unless something very fantastic happens. So, I'm not holding my breath. Look at this Luke. Jedi Luke. Ignite the green. Kind of pales size-wise in comparison to Salacious here. Little mechanism attached to him. You can turn the head, and you can even open the mouth. Love this thing. Not very good at imitating his care. That's probably the best one, but still not good. Before I forget, back into the living room now, the main shelf really does not have a lot pertaining to the subject matter. I got this at the Fairfax Flea Market in West Hollywood a couple years ago, had it delivered, and I love it. It is tall and very heavy duty, but a nice tie-in is this old school Star Tours ride vehicle. There's R2 up top. This is what it looked like back in the day. And if you press a little button on the back, the doors flip open. And there might be a old school familiar face at the helm. Rex? Prior to his DJing years. See him in there? The really good stuff is in this box right here. This is the good stuff. Trust me. And in this one, this might be a little easier to figure out. Yeah, there's spoiler alert. It's what's portrayed on the top, the outside of this box as to what's inside and other things. But that's what's in there. At least as far as I can remember. Action figures sold separately. That's alright, I have a lot of action figures. Da-da-dun! Might even be right in there. And here's the artistic rendering. Robin Hood? I don't know how many would get that. Hold on a moment. Someone's passing through. You're just passing through, right? Okay, see ya. Start to realize I have a lot of different containers, things packed up. I found 3PO down in here. This is not a retro figure, nor is this one. But I found this very fascinating because he's wearing the shades that I used to sport. That's what happened to him. Some sweet sunglasses. I've managed to somehow hang on to these. Vader. This is like a... Gosh, this is probably from the late 70s. You can see a little bit of the wear and tear on it. It's like a promotional photo. And the poster monthlies from Empire, tattered and torn. Let me expand them out. This one has a giant poster inside. Issue 1. And this is issue 5. Not only was he a hero, but he was also a scoundrel. This back portion, it's almost like a puzzle. So old that it's got to kind of put the pieces together. And it makes up this probe droid. Man, that's awesome. It's falling apart, but that is freaking awesome. I do love those troopers, those versions of the troopers. And another one of my favorites are the snow versions. Something about their helmets. Some articles as well. The secret art of stop motion. Look down here. There's one of the masters at work. date stamp on this, 1980. The City of Clouds. And wait for it. That classic. Oh, no, don't tear. Don't tear, be gentle. Yes. Yes, look at that. Wow. You see these a lot on the front of people's windshields. Do not put this on the front of your windshield. It won't last very long. You know what I'm talking about, right? They put on the inside of the windshield. This photograph is placed on one of those sunscreen items to keep your steering wheel and dashboard cool. It's kind of a bummer they have not released the original theatrical versions without the CGI on Blu-ray. I managed to pick up this DVD copy. It's the only one I have without the enhanced added stuff that came out way later. But I don't have the other two. I have them on VHS. I'll show those in a little bit. This is around the back end. Just put these out on Blu-ray. They would sell. That is for certain. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but there are some bootlegs of theater versions, but not official Blu-rays yet. At least not yet, as far as I know. And even on this 2-disc set, it's not really heavily pushed. Disc 1 is the added stuff that Lucas put in. You have to go to the bonus features here on this one, the special features, to watch that theater version. But at least I have it. At least I have it. I'm pretty sure those VHS are inside this. Up. See the top of that? Oh, there's the Rancor. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Those are the VHS there. You see the barcode. Just give you a little sample of what is down in this thing. All originals. They're all they are not practicing any sort of distancing whatsoever. Yes. That is good. George right here on the side of it. 15 years ago. Okay, that's a little outdated. I set out to make a film for a generation growing up without fairy tales. I think Fox. These are the Fox tapes. Yep, it was Fox. See the emblem right down there. Here is the trilogy that set new standards in filmmaking, special effects, and rousing sci-fi action adventure storytelling. You got that right. It was groundbreaking. Now, I grew up in the generation that never referred to it as New Hope. In fact, if you just kind of peruse the tape, you will never see those words mentioned anywhere on there. I'm going to shuffle them around. They are a bit out of order. Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi. That's what I call them. Show you the backs. Side note, yes, that is a piece of the original Marriott Dragon Con carpet that they tore out many years ago. Doesn't look like that anymore, but any of those who've been to Dragon Con back in the day might recognize it. Here's a little bit of an overview. This is the back end of that box. Got the Rancor, got Yoda, got Jabba, got the Gamorrean Guard. You can always check to see how the tape is doing inside. This kind of clamps down like that. I learned this from working at a video store. There's a button here on the side. You push the button and that just pops open just like that. People would return these in the return slot, and sometimes, or they come in and say, this tape is messed up, and basically all I would do is push the button in, do that, and see what the problem was. A little fun fact that you probably really didn't even want to know. I used to have one of those Vader carrying cases that all these would go in. I don't know what happened to it. Skywalker looks very content with seeing his old friends. They're down there, Luke. You see them now? Okay, yeah. You didn't notice them at first. Don't look at me that way. Look at your friends. Oh, okay, there. You see him now? Okay, good. He's nodding yes. A little bit of dust has accumulated there on the land speeder. It's always a good rule of thumb to have a little Ziploc baggie to put the plastic pieces in so they don't get lost. I usually fail at this method, but I've gotten a little bit better with doing that. Oh, look at that right there. That's the axe. Right there. As it comes into focus, that's the axe. I was going to say Rancor Keeper, but it's not the Rancor Keeper. It's the Gamorrean Guard, which happens to be right here. Oh, yes. One of my favorite characters. I just love all the accessories from Return of the Jedi. Just something about the third film in the trilogy. Oh, by the way, you may or may not have seen this, but this bounty hunter is not who or what you think it is. It's actually, spoiler alert on this one. Spoiler alert. I don't want to pop the head off. Right there, look who it is. Someone who loves you. Plastic casing around Darth and his saber there. How it just protrudes out of his hand and it hides up into his arm. Don't want him to get ruined. I got him inside this little casing. Bib Fortuna. I never understood. He's not wearing a bib. Well, I guess maybe he is. He's got a sweet jacket on. Just put bib right there. Boba Fett. Boba Fett, where? Who shot first? Always up for debate. And if you take a gander at these versions, your question will be answered. Why do I have two Greedos? One might be an imposter. Watch out, Han. You might have to shoot twice. I have a couple duplicates, it looks like. And this is the way I fail on putting things in baggies. See? Those two pieces should be over here in this baggie being guarded by the Gamorrean Guard and Mr. Fortuna. In Jabba no bother. You must be very warm in that ensemble. It's not treading lightly on the coolness factor. And next to him is Judas Iscariot. I will at some point find a place to put these on display. Need to firsthand get the little plastic pieces at the bottom of their feet kind of mount down into. Once I do that, I'll be able to place them out a little bit more. They do take up a lot of space, countertop space, and on shelving. But at some point I'll come up with a good system. You can see your friends a little better now that they're spread out, right? Well, don't wield your saber towards them. They're your friends. Okay, focusing on his friends. Now focusing back on Luke. I don't think he's too happy with me. That's what I was referring to there on the bottom of the feet. Those holes that you can stick down little plastic pieces and they stand up, they won't fall over. All of these retro figures have these on the bottom. A quick little peruse over all the ones I currently own. Next on my list is Jabba's Palace. That'll probably be the next. I've been saying that for quite some time. But it'll happen. I'm in no rush. I know there are people with way more impressive collections than I have, but I'm pretty happy with this. Brings back memories. I also believe the first completion of all of them will be Jedi, the Return of the Jedi. Emperor's Royal Guard, I'm missing them. That's another one of my favorites. Complete with netting, you can get caught up in there. Watch out, Chewie. It's a trap! It's a trap! I'm not going to dump this one out like I did the others because it's a little more fragile. But, baggie alert. Whoa, there's baggies inside a baggie. Baggie alert. It's a good rule of thumb, I'm telling you. That boulder is swinging nicely. To and fro, you got to put it together like a puzzle piece. Thankfully, this is still included. They really do care. That thing's hypnotizing. Don't stare too long. It's an old Jedi mind trick. A variety of steps, starting with attaching the support struts. All three are identical. And then you can kind of continue on, read at your own discretion, attach the trees to the main platform. Oh yeah, a little carrier is also included. That's right down here. The pieces just kind of snap together. You just find where they're supposed to go and then push them into place. They just set there like that. It wasn't really a snap, that was more of a setting. But that works. Just me personally, but I would find being carried around like this slightly irritating. Just let me off, I'll walk. I'll be fine. No reason to pull your back out. Completed, and now ready for some serious yub-nubbage. I don't think that's really a term, but sounds good. Here, get by the fireplace. Well, not a fireplace. It is a place with fire, but little. Whoa! See, I knew that wouldn't work. Can't hold someone up that long. Oh man, these Jawas are at it again. Always thieving and stealing other people's stuff. Come back with that thing! And in case you were wondering what's under the hood, there's all the gears and bells and whistles. Little storage space. Can you hide in there? Can you get in there and hide? You don't want to get caught for your thieving ways. Nope. You can't. That was a fail. Oh no, I knew he looked hungry. The Rancor has picked the Gamorrean Guard out of this cast of characters for his feeding. Watch out. He's chomping at the bit. He wants a taste, Guard. Yeah, he likes that Gamorrean flavor. Look, his sharp fangs. Okay, I'm losing my mind. It's too late. He's got the leg and he's chomping away. Save him, Luke. Save him. Now they're friends. Remember that one time I saved you from the Rancor? Yep, sure do. And stop being so mean. Remember last time what happened? That gate crushed down on your head, your noggin. You're right. I'm sorry. Now see, if the Rancor was to consume some veggies, he might be more of a pleasure to be around. I think I'm just going to dive into the carrots. Just going to get a few of the carrot slices. Saved you a seat. Some good flavor in there. My favorite film from the original trilogy, even though the first, groundbreaking, even though it is highly regarded by most, including me, that Empire is the best made conglomeration of all three of them. Nostalgia reasons, I love Return of the Jedi. All three of them intertwined is a heck of a good time. But if I had to pick one that holds the deepest special place in my heart, it's the third, Return of the Jedi. I know that's not the appropriate episode number, but for me, those three are Star Wars. I enjoy the new films. I like the new generations of them as well, but none of the newer stuff really sinks in. I can't really sink my teeth into it like I could from those original three. I don't mind the Ewoks. I love the Sarlacc pit Jabba sequence. I love the Emperor versus Luke. Just so much goodness. And that was the time in my life when I started collecting toys around that time frame. So a lot of that kind of seeps into the brain. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, goes down a little bit differently than what I've been eating in the past. Fruit has been consumed a lot lately. These are veggies. These are veggies, right? These are veggies. If you enjoy this particular episode, give it a big you need a thumbs up. It lets me know. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over. One more item for good measure. Cantina Adventure Enamel pin set. Pretty neat. That's the cantina behind them. They're in the cantina. Currently in the cantina at the moment.